Good afternoon, class. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Habari yenu?
Mzuri.
Naje mnaongea kama watu hawajakula? Okay. I go by the name Griffins Matage. I'll be telling you this semester on sampling technique. Last week, when we met, we talked about in the introduction part of it, but not all, where we learned about the course outline, and I gave you the course outline. So starting today, we are going to start by the introduction of sampling, and by the end of this session, you are supposed to learn to know or understand the importance of sampling, and number two, to understand the basic concept of sampling technique. Before we start, let me take the roll call. I can see majority of you are in. So it is not only class we're supposed to have four people, and I can see all you are in. So let's continue with the session. We go straight where we are saying that we are going to learn the importance of sampling. And importance of sampling is something that sometimes is self-explanatory, that you can even read from your, you can even say from your mind without even being taught by the teacher. So let me start with these a few that I've indicated here. Yes, Mr. Moyu, when I say that the first importance of sampling is efficiency and cost, what do I mean?
What you mean, Molim, is that sampling helps in making ensuring that it is efficient, and the importance of sampling is that it reduces the cost effectiveness, means that it reduces wastage of cost in the whole thing.
Yes, correct. I think when you say about cost effectiveness is that we cannot take the data of all the population. We can take a sample, and that one will be easy to analyze it and make the correct decision. Number two, when we say about feasibility, Mr. Ben Rogers, what do I mean? Mr. Rogers, come up again because I cannot hear you. Maybe turn on your microphone.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
Yes, Mr. Rogers, when I say about feasibility in a data sampling as an is an importance in data sampling, what do I mean? Or what does it mean? Uh, who can help me? Mr.
Maybe I
Moy,
can help
do
him.
you have any idea about what feasibility is?
Maybe I can
Feasibility,
help him. Okay.
feasibility, it shows that it ensures that that project or whatever you are doing, it can be done, it is feasible. Yeah. In sampling, you do not go and ask for opinions from a whole 52 million people in Kenya. You sample so that you are whatever you are, the project you are doing can be feasible. That's feasibility.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Moy. Yes, another thing is number three. When we say about accuracy, Mr. Rono.
When you talk about accuracy, are you getting me?
I'm getting you, sir.
When you talk about accuracy, when you pick a sample, it helps you to represent, in terms of it, to represent the entire population
Mm-hmm.
by providing accurate and representative data.
Mm-hmm.
And precision, it means it
Mm-hmm.
gives you what you exactly needed.
Okay. So we have learned about efficiency and cost effective feasibility, accuracy and precision, data quality. Number four is statistical validity. Number four, it has ethical considerations. I think you understand by the word ethical considerations. Number four, it's applicable in various fields. It can be meaning that it can be done in all other departments of the government or international government entities, and some many more. I think you can go and research about many more about the importance of sampling. Yes, the second objective of the day was we have to learn the basic concepts of of sampling techniques. Number one is about population. Yes, population. Mr. Mwai, what do you know by the word population? I think it's a common one that can be used each and every day. What do you know by the word population? Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, I can say population is a research of the entire set of individuals, items, or data sharing a common characteristics that of interest in a study. For example, we can say that population can be all residents of a country. Number two, we can say that it can be also be students of a school district uh, or patients with a specific disease. Uh, the population forms the basis from which samples are drawn to make inferences about a larger group. So I can see most of you know the meaning of the word population. I want to group you into two, where the first group will discuss about sample, and the other group will discuss about sampling framework. The first group of Kanywa and Mr. Douglas, you will discuss about sample, and the second one of Rogers and Mr. Kirui will discuss about sample framework. I've given you 1 minute so that you can look at those two fields, and then each and one of you will present, or one in each group will present that in this forum. I've given you 1 minute. You can look at it. Oh, yes, I think now you are through. Let's start with the first group of Mwai. What's the meaning of sampling?
Thank you, Malim. Sampling is whereby you select uh, individuals, or as we have said, livestock, from the bigger population. Since we are trying to minimize our sample, is whereby you select a set of individuals to represent the whole population. Yes.
Good, Mr. Mwai. I think you have done good work. Can others clap for him in this forum? Number two, the second group of Mr. Kirui and Mr. Ben. Can you present your findings?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think sampling framework is a structured approach used to select a sample of individuals from a large population for the purpose of making statistical inferences about a given population. From there, you could have the target population, then you list of or database for the sample frame, and then the sampling method that will be used. That's all we discussed, Mwalimu.
Okay, we can also say that is a list or a database that includes all elements of a population from which a sample is drawn from. So I think we have come to the end of this class, and I want us to review of what we have learned. Number one, we learned about the importance of sampling, where he said that cost effectiveness, feasibility, accuracy, and then we went to the basic concepts of sampling, where we talked about population, sample, and sample framework. Um, when we meet next week, we will talk about types of population. Number two, we'll talk about probability distributions that are in sampling techniques and many others. So, uh, till we meet next week, have a good afternoon.
You too, Malim.
Good afternoon, too, sir.